New today, a stunning reversal from the Trump administration. It has dropped a multi-state legal challenge restoring legal status to international students who had their records terminated in recent weeks. On Wednesday, CNN reported that number at more than 1,500 included several students at the University of Washington. They, along with other students, sued the Trump administration over ICE canceling their immigration records. Those records are used by schools to make sure students are meeting the requirements of their visas. ICE claimed the records terminations were for students who had an alleged criminal history. Joining me now to discuss live is Erin Carr, Assistant Professor of Law at Seattle University. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So a lot of these international students found out their records reappeared suddenly yesterday afternoon with little to no explanation. Why is this happening right now?
Yeah, so in announcing this unexpected policy change, the administration hasn't offered an explanation for why they decided to reinstate the student visas of impacted international students who had been under threat of immediate deportation. It's difficult to ascertain what motivated the administration to make such a sudden about-face, in part because the administration has provided conflicting policy rationales and explanations in court filings and public statements regarding why they've adopted such an uncompromising stance towards international students. But that said, the timing of this decision may offer some insights into the basis for the administration's seemingly abrupt decision. Legally, politically, and administratively, the Trump administration has been facing mounting challenges. Legally, the timing of the administration's announcement occurred within just hours of ICE officials being required to testify under oath in court. The Trump administration is currently facing over 100 lawsuits filed by students, universities, and advocacy organizations. And defending that number of cases would be administratively challenging in the best of circumstances. And yet, because the Trump administration has recently eliminated large segments of the federal workforce, including the positions of career attorneys within the Department of Justice who are responsible for defending the government in these types of legal challenges, the administration may have very well have found itself in a situation where it lacks experienced government attorneys precisely at a time when its actions are inviting a flood of litigation. I'd also add that the administration has not fared well in defending these deportation challenges. Judges in at least 23 states have almost unanimously ruled against the administration issuing emergency orders to temporarily block student deportations. And then the administration's legal challenges have been further compounded by the fact that the government's forceful deportation policy has become unpopular amongst Americans, with a poll conducted by the Associated Press just last week finding that slightly more than half of Americans believe that the president's deportation policies have gone too far.
So maybe public sentiment, maybe just piling up too quickly. Let's pivot and let's talk about how this affects those students who were affected and what this reversal means, as well as for the lawsuits that a lot of them have put forward.
Yeah, so the Department of Justice's announcement today provides affected students with temporary reprieve, but it may not offer permanent relief. In announcing its decision today to reinstate the visas of international students, the administration also made clear that ICE retains the authority to terminate international students' visas for other reasons, including if a student fails to maintain their non-immigration status after it's reactivated or engages in activity that might render them removable under the Immigration and Nationality Act. And so because it remains unclear what the policy entails and how long it will remain in effect, it's difficult to predict the implications of the administration's announcements today on pending litigation.
Okay, we will have to watch and see. Erin Carr, thanks so much for being with us. Erin Carr from Seattle University. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.